Good morning, my friends. We back with Malc and Beans. Beans. Hope everyone's having a good week, a good day, a good start to the year, 2024, whatever that means to you. Make it mean more. What does that even mean? Remind myself to breathe. I think, yeah, man. Gosh, values. Simple. Throwing it out there, right at you. What's up, guys? This way or this way? What's my angle? Oh, just straight up. Love you. Values, relationships, friendships. People always ask, like, oh, Malcolm, like, well, good questions, right? Great questions, because we're all trying to figure it out. So I give answers across the board because there's not necessarily one way, but values and relationships really hit so hard. Yesterday, I had a call from one of my busiest dudes, a guy that I've known forever, a guy that has so many kids and boys and amazing kids, and someone I've known forever. I've watched go through highs and lows, and has amazing brothers, and just family values. And sometimes when you catch up with friends, I respect it so much because the time is the one thing we can't get back. And so I'm gonna dive in with my dude right here. What's up, Josh Merrill? And I talked to Jared a few weeks ago, but these are two brothers that I literally, when I say I love somebody, it's the highest respect, it's the greatest loyalty, and it's because every single action I've seen through highs and lows. Remember, when you're down is when you really look around you and you see the people that are unselfishly jumping in. Value, relationships, values. And how do you create friendships, and how do these things even come together? Josh Merrill yesterday, we talked for, I don't know, Josh, maybe I'm wrong, so I feel like 45 minutes, but it was insane. And after a lifetime of friendship, he remains genuine. The guy owns Liquid Graphics. He's built and helped out more people than I know with clothing brands, apparel brands, launching in the biggest retail, global channels, manufacturing some of the best fitting blanks products, cut and sew, you name it. But most importantly, continuing to grow in his faith, continuing to grow with his values and his family. And he was sharing like a trip they just went on to Alaska, which sounded insane. But the most insane part was the memories and the time with his family. So we jumped on because, man, I have mentors like Beaver Theodosakis. Love you, Beaver. Josh and Jared's and Jeremy McGrath and Pastrana. There's a list of people, older, younger, that I pulled so much from and I'm forever grateful for. But yesterday we talked and I just sat there and it was so cool to be quiet for a good piece of it and the conversation, and just listen to a friend that I really look up to, that's always been there for me, that's always helped me on past brands and going through the highs and lows as well. And the value of friendship and relationships. How does that get built? If you don't build yourself, if you don't really understand you, if you don't set like guidelines for who you are, it's the easiest thing in this world to derail. And I always say, like, a brand doesn't make you, you make the brand. Think about that. It's like, dude, who hasn't been inspired by some of the biggest brands in the world? I built pretty large brands myself and connected to massive brands that I love and I learned so much from, but really it's their values, and normally it stems from a founder. And not because he's a founder, it's not any status that separates you. It's just someone that had a belief and a dream that was so big. I didn't know him. Everyone judges, whatever, but Steve Jobs. When I say judges, there's documentaries, but at the end of the day, I'm talking to you guys because a guy had a dream that was so big. Maybe he could have been there more for his kid, or maybe he could have, went through certain things, and, maybe he could have lived longer if he didn't live such a high-paced life, but he had a dream, a vision, and he would fire people that he believed in if they didn't believe in themselves. This whole circle of values is valuing yourself. And that's kind of with me always being on the mend, and to become, and not to become, to just live a life that is mended with my values, my spiritual, my mental, my physical, my everything. But yesterday I talked to Josh. I just want to say, Josh, thank you for a lifelong of friendship, for always being such a good guy. Watching you raise the boys, Jared, you too. The two brothers, like I said, the whole family. There's more, but to give me the time. You guys understand, time is something you can't get back. But when you choose the people, and I always say, let it breathe. When you find the people that are close to you, when you see those values, man, hold on close, hold on tight. Understand that you're there for a reason. These people like you like them, but it's a connection because somehow you guys have bonded over things that actually are the end goal anyways. The most important things in this world, integrity, values. Josh and I bonded on faith. Man, what a rock. Like, the Bible is my guardrails, to each their own, do you. But if I see people out there going, yeah, and I'm this and I'm that, I remember what it's like to feel lost and like be throwing things out there that were things. Things are replaceable. Man, the heart, the friendships, family, and that foundation of simple things like love thy neighbor, gosh, it's so huge. So Josh, I'm beyond inspired right now. I know we're going to talk more, but it wasn't even business. We didn't jump into business. We talked into life. It's a crazy world we're in, every time it gets election year. And I'm not even political. It's like, man, everyone gets, how am I going to debate to show the world that I can, win this thing to become whatever. It's like, hopefully, authentically, genuinely, and for the people. Love you all. So that's where my heart's at. But it also leads to, it's kind of weird. It's an amazing feeling. Any brand I've ever touched, any brand I've ever been part of, it was so much bigger why I was there and the feeling and the people and the atmosphere. Josh Merrill being a crazy example of one of the most successful friends. But like I said, his success runs so much deeper than dollars and the insane global businesses and business he runs and has built. And nothing was easy, by the way. Guys, everyone thinks you could drink that Hollywood diet and go, look at my 8-pack, my 6-pack, whatever. No, do the work, baby. You got to kind of keep grinding, stay on the men. But when I was at No Fear, man, it was like no fear. What are you fearing? You're going after your dreams, whatever sport, whatever lifestyle, whatever it was. So that was a huge impact on my life. Then it rolled into Alpine Stars. Alpine Stars is almost like, to me, like the Alps and shooting for the stars, right? It's like that freedom and that Mount Everest, much respect to Mike Posner and his song Home. Dude, the guy has gone through so much stuff to really hone in on who he is. Mike Posner is one of the raddest artists, but more than an artist, man, watch that guy, follow him. The person he is, been a good, close friend of our family for a long time now. And, he might have taken a pill in Ibiza, but man, he's a, who hasn't? What up, guys? So, but yeah, No Fear, Alpine Stars. Alpine Stars taught me so much about dedication, a thirst for motorsports, which I already had, but Gabriel Mazzarola, the owner and the founder, he took me under his wing and to Europe all the time, and MotoGP, World Rally, Formula One. I'm talking, I was blessed to go to Formula One in 03, 4, 5, 6 with my best friends, and Alpine Stars is really a community with a family that, that is owned and ran now by Gabriel, and what he does and his dedication to enhance lives, to enhance the dream, to open up the hearts is amazing. The products, 20,000 plus SKUs of the safest, most technically advanced, thoughtful products to help you go after your dreams in all fields of motorsports and lifestyle. Amazing casual brand. Denise, his wife, beautiful, amazing woman, and unreal designer. Look at her line too, AS by DF. And so anyways, No Fear, Alpine Stars. Ethica, to be part of, that whole journey. Ethica is ethics, athletics, ethnicity, culture. It was a bigger dream, a bigger vision to bring people together. Great, once again, everything tied to now, but Mended. Why am I at Mended, and how do I go through all these things, and how do you build? And why am I at Mended, and how do I go through all these things, and how do you build? And it's exciting to see, like, you don't sometimes understand what these journeys and what these seasons in your life are bringing. But man, what it is it's setting this perspective. It's gaining. You can't just jump into someone's like, oh yeah, I know what Malcolm's been through. Dude, I don't know what you've been through. How do you know what I've been through? I know a lot of people in this industry. I love a lot of people. I love them all, but I talk to some of my friends that I've known forever and I'd do anything for, but I'm like, how well do we really know each other? I was talking to someone yesterday, they're like, I think they were kind of blown away because they're like, oh yeah, Malcolm, oh yeah, because I was wide open, always on the go, because I filled my life with my dedication to motorsports, to action sports, to music, to culture, to building, and all these things, because my heart once, like I told you, I can't handle seeing people suffer. And that's where, through close friends, the name Mended came from. Mended to me is important because it's in my heart to do it myself, because I owe it to myself. We owe it to ourselves, right? To become mended. What does that mean? Spiritual, mental, physical, health, everything, to put us in a position to live our best life. Mended. In the end, I did. What are all these slogans? My stuff comes from the Bible, a lot of my inspiration, but they're guardrails. Regardless, a guardrail and the truth of just living a great life is finding your truth. So mended, a grateful thread, every single beautiful thing that you've been through. I mean, I've hit the ground, not just broken backs, broken myself many times over 8 concussions, going after my dreams, but getting back up. A grateful thread is everything, highs and lows. It's losing people you love, but it's never stopping to live your life. It's taking those things and sharpening your sword so it fuels you and kind of helps to build you. And that's why they always say when you get older, it's just wisdom. It's just more time on earth and experiences too that are unique to that person, unique to me, unique to you. So mended, a grateful thread. Everything that you've been through that makes you a grateful thread. Now go weave that greatness. Now go become a grateful thread to others. So the reason I'm going down this is like, I don't create just like, check out my new name, put it on a shirt. It's a brand, heck, I'm even wearing a Legend shirt right now. Respect to the boys over at Legends. Love their workout shorts, and they made some cool stuff. They found a lane like Viore. I have a lot of Viore, huge respect. How they built, how they crafted. But I love to wear brand. I bought this stuff. I'm not, I feel actually I could call people, but it's actually means a lot more to me when I purchase stuff. I do ask for discounts sometimes. So any of my homies out there, those 50 off codes, what up, baby? Black Friday, Cyber Monday, every day. Let's roll. Got to keep the homies close. So anyways, mended, a grateful thread. Now you being able to be a grateful thread to others, the gift only you have. If you do not use it, if you do not put it into this world, then it's way better once you figure out yourself. When you walk into every room, every building, every track, every starting line, whatever it is that you're going after, you walk in full, complete. But now even the best part is all those gifts, people feel it, they see it. You don't even recognize when you're on your high, you're peaking, just the energy's coming out and everything's great, that you're affecting other people. A smile. What's up? What's up, Blair? Original Grill. I've knocked these things out so many times, but they're not fake. I don't even know how. But maybe a little yellow from the Malc and Beans coffee. So grateful thread to others, giving back, gratitude, love. Now woven within. What is woven within? It's that recognizing greatness is woven within all of us. Mended, a grateful thread, woven within, on the mend. Guys, you can't just put the work in for 10 minutes, one day, 1 month, 1 week. But when you do put in the work and you stay on the mend, you start to build this foundation of truly becoming mended. You know what that feels like? The weight of the news, the weight of systems and things that like try to take away the gift that you have, the gift you were blessed with, you stop carrying the weight that's not yours to carry, and you start living your best life. Back to my boy Josh, man, a couple things that we both had, the simple values that we had eye to eye. Once again, like I said, to each their own. There's universe, there's all kinds of things. I just know that, my relationship with God and the Bible to me is the best, most beautiful business plan. If you're in business, if you have a business mind, or life plan and foundation for truth, for friendship, for values, the 12 disciples. God gave everybody seeds. Everyone has seeds. It's just how we decide to use them in our life. Are we going to walk on thorny grounds, or are we going to walk on fertile grounds? And when you walk on fertile grounds and you have all of this love and it's running through you, all the actions, all the all the actions or all the daily steps in life start to kind of become more and more complete. So mended, a grateful thread, woven within. And then on the mend, always to become mended. It's constantly figuring out those important verticals or, in your life. Verticals is kind of a big word for simply what do you love? I love my family. I love God. I love my friends. I love to make sure my time is surrounded by things. I love motorsports. I love skateboarding. I love basketball. I love shooting. My kids playing basketball. It's like, she's actually better than me. I'll drop some points. I'll drop some buckets, but I'll tell you, that's another great thing that it rolls into that Josh, Meryl, and I shared. Man, When you become unselfish is normally when you first get a dog, and then you find the woman of your dreams, and then you get married, and then but then once you have kids, you recognize the time that you had was selfish time, because now you can't just go to the gym, you can't just take off on a trip, you can't just go. So the blessing of kids, I've got one. My boys have boys, between Josh and Jared. So mended, a grateful thread, woven as one. I'm sorry, woven within. The woven as one to me is, I talked about this the other day on Malcolm Beats. It's that we are the world, we are the children. It's about unity, it's about equality, it's about bringing people together. It's about males and females. It's about that individuality, that love. We were all built in such a unique way, embracing that, opening that up, not putting too many rules to it, just putting love behind it, and not trying to understand everything, because we all are fed so much. So I love how my boys say, like, unlearn, unpack. You have to unlearn, you have to unpack stuff. Why? Because everything we've been taught sometimes in schools and systems, it's not that it was wrong or that it's bad, sometimes it is, but it was like, man, it's taking up a way, it's positioning you in sometimes what becomes a ritual or something habitual where you just continuously do it. And back to my boy Kevion, who I love so much, recognize, realize, recreate. Until you take the steps to recreate, to truly become mended, to get on the mend, you got to get rid of things and feel things that truly complete you and put you there. So in the end, I did. Mended, in the end, I did. So this rant was about love. Everything's connected. Honestly, the 10 things, my pillars of life, are all around these things. But as I'm building this brand Mended, I'm just using these canvases to go deeper into talks like this, to have fun and to build. Because what if this caused a ripple effect with one person? What if one person was down? Everything starts with one. One heart mended heals another. Let me say that one more time. One heart mended heals another. I love you guys. I love this country. I love the world, honestly. Like, I just want to, dude, I love smiles, man. It's crazy how healthy a smile is. So one heart mended heals another. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Jared. Thanks to a lot of my buddies out there. Thanks, Rico. Thanks, McGrath. Thanks, Pastrana. Thanks, Scheckler. Thanks. I want to go down a list, actually, because there's so many people that I truly am grateful for. And I have a big list, but I also, the life I'm living out here in Austin, Texas now, in the rolling green hills. I mean, we're going to rodeos and mutton busting with my little daughter, but then we're also playing basketball. We're also riding dirt bikes, jumping on the RZR 200s. I mean, life is just about placing these things in, but the memories, the moments, we're living them. Love you. One heart mended heals another. Let's go, baby. Malc and beans.